Henry Cejudo called referee Jason Herzog to confront him about not taking a point after Song Yadong's eye poke at UFC Seattle. As you guys know, Henry informed officials that he was seeing double, leading to the fight being stopped in the third round, with Song winning via technical decision. Cejudo holds Herzog largely responsible for the outcome, believing that if a point had been deducted for the eye poke, the situation would have played out differently and he would have had a better chance at victory. Henry posted the footage to his Instagram. In the caption, he wrote, "Respect to Jason Herzog for having this conversation with me and owning up to his mistake. This says a lot about who he is as a man. That being said, I still have a loss on my record. I still missed out on a much bigger payday. Song just moved up 2 spots in the rankings while I dropped 2 spots. And on top of that, my damn eye is still f***ed up. Song continues to reap the benefits of committing an egregious foul, while I continue to get screwed. Just make it make sense."
Call Jason Herzog. Yo, what's up, Jason?
Sorry, man. Sorry, no problem.
1, you didn't take a point, and then 2, when I took the 5-minute break, and we ended up coming back to actually fight, like I still wasn't recovered, but that dude still came here, and you didn't do anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Luckily, I couldn't see, or at least I saw four arms, but you never warned him, or you never took away a point, dude. Like,
I'll give you my perspective in the moment, and then just so you hear it. I'm not trying to say it's right or wrong, because I've heard you now, and I completely agree, especially afterwards when he came with his fingers like this. Why didn't you then stop it and take a point immediately? And I think that's a very valid criticism and an adjustment that I probably should have made. Yeah, I think that you're a fair point.
You say these rules in the bag, Jason. I think that's what kind of bugs me, is that you specifically did this and the whole thing. Everything that you said happened to me, and there is no point taken away, man. I have a loss on my record, Jason, because you didn't make the right call, man, and that bugs me a little bit.
I can't say that you're wrong. And when I watch it again, I'm like, yeah, you should have probably stopped it and taken a point there.
On to some fight announcements. In replacement of Dan Hooker, who pulled out due to a broken hand, Rafael Fiziev has accepted a short-notice rematch against Justin Gaethje at UFC 313. The pair first fought back in March of 2023, where Gaethje secured a victory via majority decision. After the news broke, Gaethje said Arman and Charles understandably said no. Max and Dustin understandably said no. Moicano got the call and said no. Props to Fiziev for volunteering to fly across the world and take this fight. Big risk here for me taking this rematch against an elite striker. Life's a trip. Best live show on earth going down on March 8th. Dustin Poirier responded to Gaethje saying, "I never got the call. I didn't say no." He followed up with, "I'm the one who reached out to them when I read the news. Ask Hunter. All respect to you and Fiziev. Looking forward to this one again." Arman Tsarukyan also responded saying, "I didn't say no. I accepted immediately and asked for a 160-pound catch weight 11 days out from weigh-ins. UFC said that wasn't an option." A 5-round main event between Jamahal Hill and Khalil Rountree has been scheduled for UFC Kansas City on April 26th. Both fighters are aiming to rebound from recent TKO losses. Hill was stopped by Yuri Prochazka in the 3rd round last month, while Rountree suffered a 4th-round TKO loss to Alex Pereira in October. Bryce Mitchell will take on Gian Silva at UFC 314. Silva is coming off a 1st-round TKO win over Melsik Bagdasaryan at UFC Seattle this past weekend. Bryce Mitchell enters the matchup following a 3rd-round knockout victory against Kron Gracie. Chito Vera is set to face Mario Bautista at UFC Des Moines on May 3rd. Chito looks to snap a 2-fight losing streak, with his most recent defeat coming by unanimous decision against Deiveson Figueiredo in August. Bautista, on the other hand, is coming off a split decision win over Jose Aldo. Following the news that Rafael Fiziev is stepping in on short notice to fight Justin Gaethje, Mateusz Gamrot posted this on X. He wrote, "Easier choice stylistically. Strikers have always feared wrestlers. I keep in great shape and I'm ready for anyone." Fiziev fired back saying, "No one fears you. You are the one who turned down our rematch on February 1st. BJ Penn has accused George St. Pierre of using PEDs. The 2 former champions fought twice during their careers. The first meeting took place in 2006, where GSP won via split decision. They rematched in 2009, and GSP won via TKO in the 4th round. In his Instagram comment section, GSP wrote, "The GOAT drinks beer and eats hot dogs, not needles and pills. Somebody gotta teach this guy the rules. Using a mask to have other people weighing for him, and using steroids, insulin, growth hormone, blood doping, EPO, and whatever else we don't even know that exists. But it's not like he had to take a drug test, because the guy in the mask takes drug tests for him obviously. You know the rules. If you want to be the GOAT, you can't break them." Following the announcement of his upcoming fight against Khalil Rountree, Jamahal Hill shared a YouTube video previewing the matchup. In the video, Hill addressed concerns that the bout may be too quick of a turnaround. He explained that his goal is to stay active and believes inactivity played a major factor in his recent TKO loss to Yuri Prochazka.
As y'all have seen, your boy is back. I'm right back in action, right back like I never left. April 26th, Kansas City. I'll be taking on Khalil Rountree. The fight that was supposed to happen a year prior is finally going to happen now. And from what I've seen, you know, it's like it's a quick turnaround. You know, some people are concerned about it. Like, but the thing is this though, right? I've fought twice in the last 2 years. All right, that last fight, I wasn't able to get comfortable. I wasn't comfortable. I didn't feel the routine. I didn't get into my normal flow, and it didn't feel like it should. And I think part of that was the fact of how long I've been inactive and how long it's been stretched in between. Before that fight, I'd only had 3 minutes of time, which was warm-up time in a fight before to get into that fight and things of that nature. So, you know, it was, for me, it's like I need to get back active. You know, I'm gonna take care of the things that I need to take care of for as far as, like, you know what I mean, health and things like that. But I feel this is plenty of time. It's right on track for when I would want to see myself back in there. So yeah, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna do my thing. You know, I've been waiting for this fight. Well, not that I've been waiting for it, because I've been aspiring for championship fights and top level fights. Khalil hasn't cracked into that upper echelon. He's looking to do that now against me, and it's my job to show that, you know what I mean, this is my spot.
Darren Till is fully committed to making a return to the UFC. His last outing in the promotion was against the current middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis. Although Till found some success in the striking exchanges, he ultimately lost the fight via submission in the 3rd round. Till has won only 1 out of his last 6 UFC fights. Despite this, he says he's less focused on social media and feels refreshed. Darren says that he has finally grown into the middleweight frame, and this time around, he will do a number on both Dricus du Plessis and Sean Strickland.
For me, mate, I just got to a point with, like, the whole media, so like, I'm just done with all that social media, but it just doesn't interest me, you know, Michael. Like, I really, on a level, I really just want to fight and make a lot of money, and just, I really do want to get back to UFC, because I know what my potential still is. I'm still like, I feel so fresh and young as well. Like, I wish you could see me in the gym outperform, but I've got to an angle where it's just like, mate, like, they took my Instagram last year and I was just like, oh yeah, it's sound. And I still use my Twitter, you know, for me businesses and stuff like that, obviously for after fighting, but mate, I'm not too bothered if I have social media. You know, it's not a big thing in my life. It's just not one of them things. I don't need to broadcast what's going on. I don't need to tell people how I'm eating, how I'm training. I know what I'm doing and the people around me. I've disassociated myself so much with, like, out there things. It's crazy. I really have. You can't even get hold of me. I'm just like, I know. I just made a promise to Hunter and Day, and I said, just give me 2 to 3 years just to get me sorted and that. Okay. And I'll come back. And from what I'm seeing on the outside, I'm quite a calculated guy. Just listen, the UFC's crying out for superstars right now. There's no stars in the UFC. They've gone and been and done. And the level, especially at my weight division, like, I'm bigger and stronger now, you know, like, when I did move up to the middleweight division, I still had me sort of welterweight frame. I feel like I've grew into that middleweight frame now, and I just, look, no disrespect, like, I just don't, if I come up against Dricus and Sean, these guys, I just really think I'd do a number on them. I really do, and I know I've still got it in me to do it, and it'd be some story, it'd be like the Michael Bisping stories, you know what I mean?
Kamaru Usman makes the case for why Ilia Topuria deserves the next lightweight title shot against Islam Makhachev. Recently, a close source to Ilia allegedly stated that Ilia is not interested in fighting a contender and is demanding a title shot for his lightweight debut. Usman backed Topuria's stance, explaining that if he were in Ilia's position, he would do the same thing.
Islam's hangup was, why do I need to fight a featherweight again? And so people will continue to talk trash and say, oh, all your defenses were featherweights. Why do I need to do that anymore? But I think with Ilia Topuria vacating and saying, I ain't no featherweight no more, I'm a lightweight now, 1000% he's next in line for that title shot. when you didn't give it to Arman Tsarukyan? Let's be clear here. Arman Tsarukyan has earned that title shot, but he squandered it with whatever injury, whatever happens, allegedly. So, right now, I believe that Ilia Topuria is the next best guy for that title shot. But listen, and I don't know. I wasn't in the room when these guys meant to have this conversation. But you tell me, Arman Tsarukyan, will you fight Ilia Topuria? I'm gonna say no too. If they're saying Ilia, you fight the number 1 contender, Arman Tsarukyan, I'm gonna turn that down too. Because like I'm saying, Henry, if they're operating with the same basically logic and where I was coming from when I was champion, they're both Georgian. At such a significant, like, what a time to have 3 Georgian champions. 3.
The announcement of Jose Aldo versus Amin Zahabi has sparked backlash from fans, with many voicing their disappointment over the matchup. Fans have called for Aldo to face other UFC legends in more high-profile bouts at this stage of his career. Renato, Moicano, and Gilbert Burns share the same opinion, admitting they're confused by the UFC's decision. They believe the UFC is paying Aldo big money to accept these types of fights.
Brother, I didn't like that fight for Jose Aldo.
Jose Aldo who?
Ariel
Helwani.
Ariel Helwani.
That's the strangest matchup I've ever seen.
Why the f they made that fight,
Why
brother?
they doing my guy Aldo? Hey.
Brother, they're like, Mauro Bautista and all these motherfuckers. What the f is going on, brother?
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused about
Yeah,
that.
I think they don't care about Jose Aldo. That's the truth. I think UFC doesn't give a
You think he's making good money?
I think he's making a lot of money. That's why they give you those.
Throw a number, brother.
Yeah.
Throw a number.
I think
Say a number, brother. Number.
100?
how much? Say a number or say high or low.
I think 500K.
Way more.
A mil.
Way more?
A mil. I think
More than a million. I think.
Really? I think
I don't think so.
I think minimum
$1 million
like
to fight Zahabi, my brother. Crazy.
That's why they say like. So we're paying this guy so much money. Who's the guy that we can build out of him? Yeah, this guy. If he wins, he makes a lot of money.
But is it?
If the other guy wins,
Is it about building someone off him, or is it
Both.
about having a guy that's lower overhead versus him?
It's kind of both, right? We're paying this guy a lot of fights, so he gotta fight someone legit,
Yeah.
right? If he wins, okay, he be a legit guy. He makes a lot of money. If he loses, we build this guy up. I think.
Anthony Smith went off on TJ Dillashaw today. The tension stems from Dillashaw's claims that Smith gives up in most of his fights, while also mocking his nickname Lionheart. Smith admits that he once looked up to Dillashaw, but after TJ tested positive for PEDs in 2019, he lost all respect for him, stating that anything Dillashaw accomplished in his career is now tainted.
And something I'm never gonna do is let someone who fucking cheated his way through his entire career ever fucking speak on me. Maybe I didn't have the same career that TJ Dillashaw did. I've never said that I did. TJ Dillashaw was a world champion. He was a phenomenal fighter with an amazing skill set that I think is absolutely amazing. I wish I could have at any point in my career fought at a fraction of the level that TJ Dillashaw fought at. He was so good. It's so much fun to watch. I looked up to him and his style and what he was able to do in the octagon. The second you fail a fucking drug test, I have no more respect for you. You're beneath me, and I don't give a how many titles you win. I don't care who you beat, and I don't care how you look doing it. You never ever get the chance to speak about me and my career ever again, ever. I put Bobby Green above TJ Dillashaw, along with almost every other person in the world. Everything you've done is now tainted.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from the odd one out. It says, Sean said Rob fought like a can, then followed that up by fighting like one versus Dricus. The second one's from Andre. It says, Bilal really said he's the best striker and boxer with 0 knockouts and 0 knockdowns. The final one's from John Boy. It says, anyone else fast forward through Bilal talking every time, or just me? Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.